So in today's video, I want to talk about something called multi-channel outreach, and it's the exact system I've used in order to book 469 meetings for my agency and how you can do the exact same. So without any further ado, let's hop onto my screen and I'll explain everything step by step. So as you can see on the screen, I have my Calendly dashboard. As you can see, 469 meetings in the last 90 days. Then in the last 30 days, we've done 152, and throughout this whole year, we've done over 800 meetings just for my agency alone. And you could see the graph as well. So why don't we get right into it? So when you have a prospect, you want to be hitting them up on all 4 channels. You want to be doing a cold DM to them. You want to send a cold email, but the thing that a lot of people don't do is the revamp method. And what we do on our close friends is we revamp a thumbnail and we post it there, and it has allowed us to get so many big people's DMs that it works so well. And I don't know why people do not use this method. And what we do is we also post that on Twitter. We revamp the thumbnail and we tag the creator in the tweet. But with your cold DM, you have to be doing it on multiple channels. So that means you should be hitting up the prospect on both Instagram but also Twitter. Because if you do both, there's more chance of them seeing your actual message, and therefore the chances of them replying are a lot more. A lot of people do one message and then leave it out, but we actually do 9 follow-ups. The reason we do 9 follow-ups is because you have to continuously bug the prospect in order to get them to reply. A lot of people don't see the initial message. They'll only reply after the follow-up because that shows that you care and shows that you actually understand what you're doing. So what we do is we do 9 follow-ups. You have to continuously bug your prospect in order to get them to reply. If you're not doing follow-ups, you're leaving a lot of money on the table. The money is in the follow-up, the money is never in the first DM, and you have to keep that in mind. And we do the same thing on our emails. We do 9 follow-ups, and all of this helps us push them down the funnel into a paying customer. But let me explain this a little bit further, because you might not believe that I get this many replies. So if we go a little to the side of my dashboard, here's just some responses from this last week. We get responses and we get meetings booked every single day. We're booking 2 to 3 meetings, and it allows us to scale in the most efficient way possible. So why don't we jump into a live example? So here you can see that I actually sent this prospect a Calendly link after he was interested in wanting to talk to us, but he stopped responding. He started ghosting me. So what did I do? I kept on following up, and as you can see, he kept being like, yeah, I'll book it in. So after follow-up 1, I sent a video to him. I was like, hey name, let me know if you've been able to book in a call. I know you're quite busy, so just let me know what date and time works best for you, and I'll book it in for you. But from that, he just left me on red again. So what did I do? Then I did another follow-up and another follow-up, and I kept on following up until he booked in a call. And all of that led into him becoming a paying customer. And the follow-up is where the money is. You have to get that line down. The follow-up is where the money is. I'm going to repeat it again so that sticks in your mind. The money is in the follow-up. The money is never going to be in the initial DM. But let's dive into another example of this. Over here, I sent him this DM, and then he responded, with a case study, and then I followed up here. He didn't respond. It was just a voice message going, hey name, just following up, have you had the chance to look at the video I sent, because I sent him a Loom case study. Then, hey name, did you get a chance to listen to my last voice message? Still didn't respond. And then I kept on pushing him down the funnel until he eventually turned into a paying customer. And we do this on a consistent basis. You should be sending anywhere from 50 to 60 DMs a day on each single platform. We use multiple accounts for this, so we're able to send out 100 to 200 DMs every single day because we have multiple burner accounts with good followings and everything. But your DM will only take you so far if your profile is not optimized, and that's where most people lack. Their profiles suck ass, in simple terms. So you need a good profile, and let me explain that a little bit further. So here we have a very good example of a student of mine, Musa. When he first started out, his profile was not that good, but we've continuously improved it, because some issues that were causing him to get little to no replies is it was a private account, so people can't actually see if it's a real person or bot. There's no case studies to look at, there's no client wins to look at, there's no way for them to actually answer the questions that they have, because it does not look like an expert. It just seems like another bot account that's reaching out to them. And as they're getting so many DMs throughout the day, the only way that you can stand out is by looking like a professional and by looking at an expert, and that's what your profile does. So after that, after taking our tips, you can see that his profile has been a lot more optimized. It still has a decent amount of work to be done, but it has gotten a lot better. He has who he works with, he has some big names in the industry, and he has his Calendly link, therefore more people book in. Another great example of this is my best friend Zigias, who I'm helping scale $10,000 a month in the next 45 days, and we're documenting the whole thing. When he was first started, right, you could see, right, it was very bad, right, the profile was not that good. So what I told him to do was improve a couple of things. I was like, the profile picture has to be changed in order to look more appealing. It has to look like something that somebody can approach. This did not look like that. It looked, you know, too much, I don't know the exact word for this, but in Urdu कहते हैं लग रहा था, ठीक है? So that's how it looked like. But right, and then we added, you know, who he actually helps, right? Helping coaches scale the programs using organic content systems was too bland and it did not show what he could do, and there was no social proof. So right, what we did, we improved this, and this is his profile now, right? It's a clear picture of his face, and therefore, right, a face attracts, you know, because at the end of the day, people buy from people, so your face must be recognizable. Then over 100K cash collected from famous creators that you know, right? That shows what he's done and what he has done in the past. DM me YouTube for a free channel audit. Therefore, right, gives people a CTA, and then he also has some social proof of his copy shop, and this has helped him, right? And now he's verified as well, and therefore he gets a lot more responses. But why don't we take a look at my profile? Why do I get the responses I get, right? Because look, I have two profiles. I have It's Umar Shafiq and I have Umar Shafiq Vlogs. Both of them have a good amount of followers. It's Umar Shafiq actually has over 1,000 followers now, so I should also update this. But right, as you can see, both of them are very optimized. Both of them talk about what I've been able to do in the past, what I do now. I have a CTA, and then I have my social proof as well. The main money is inside of the highlights, right? You have my client wins, you have my agency, you have my testimonials, you have what I've done in the past, and therefore when a client comes to my profile, they can check out my highlights and see that, okay, this guy is serious and he actually means business, and that means I can actually trust him because he's an expert and he knows exactly what I'm doing and he won't actually burn me. But right, let's even dive even deeper, right? I do something very special. So why is my profile so optimized, right? The client can visit my page and see who I am, right, and exactly what I did. They can look at my past results, client wins, testimonials, helping build more trust, and therefore, right, causing them to see me as an expert rather than another agency owner who's just hitting them up, right? It helps me stand up above everybody else because of how good my profile looks. And the thing is, my reels are going to help answer any objections that may stop them from replying. They can look at my reels, it helps, you know, handle objections, and they can see that, okay, cool, this has answered my objection, and therefore I am going to reply to the DM, see what it's about, right? I have a lot of social proof on my profile. I have all my clients following me, and your clients following you makes a big difference. I've had so many people be like, well, you only responded because of XYZ is following you, and that shows us that, you know, you mean business, right? I do the same thing I sell, right? I sell coaching, but I also help coaches scale their personal brands and help scale their info product, and therefore they go hand in hand, and therefore people are like, okay, cool, he uses the same system that he uses on us to help himself, and therefore, right, it just mixes so well and helps me do so well. My main account has loads of mutuals, you know, most creators, thus building even more trust, as I mentioned before. But right, I want to also go over something very important that not a lot of people actually talk about, which is PPV, right? And that is the key to getting replies, and let me break that down for you. So PPV stands for pain point, positioning, and value. So you have to have 3 reels pinned on your profile. The first one should be, you know, going over a specific pain point. Like on my profile, I have how to land your first client, because that is a pain point a lot of people face when they're starting a content agency. They can't land their first client, and that solves their pain. And then they're all like, okay, cool, this guy has solved my pain. What about, you know, who he is? And that's where your second reel comes in, because that positions you as an industry leader, and therefore, right, when you position yourself as an industry leader, people are going to be more likely to reply. So it should go over results. And number 3, right, the third reel that should be there is providing value. My third reel goes over how to actually start a content agency, how to scale it, etc., right? And that provides a lot of value to the viewer. Therefore, they're more likely to actually respond to your DM or cold outreach. And my, you know, actual profile has this as well, right? But that's just the, you know, beginnings. I can go deeper and deeper into this, but right, we would be here forever, right? And not only that, right, you also have to do another thing. Let me also show you an example of what I meant in the start when I talked about revamping thumbnails and posting it on your close friends. So here we have like a very big creator, Hayden Bowles. He doesn't really respond to any DMs, and I had to hit him up many times in the past, right? But after I revamped his thumbnail and put it on my close friends, I was just like, you know, I tagged him, revamped the thumbnail in your channel, what do you think, right? Then he's like, I like it, good shit, smart way to stand out. I get 30 to 50 messages a day like your other one, so if you want clients, do this instead. Let's work together. Here's my personal email, you know, send me your pricing and, you know, turnaround time. I sent him everything, got him on a call, closed him as a client, and he is paying us month after month, right? But this just shows you how easy it is if you stand out above the rest. He didn't respond to my 30 other messages, but he responded to this one because it stands above, you know, everybody else. And that's all you need to do. Landing clients is so easy, and getting money in this day and age is so easy. All you have to do is be 1% better than everybody else. So, alright, that's it for today's video. I know it's a bit of a long one, but But if you follow everything in this, I can promise you are going to land a client in the next couple of days. But look, if you're trying to actually fast track your agency's growth and scale to, you know, 50, 60, $70,000 a month in the next 60 to 90 days, and you want a step-by-step guide and me holding your hand, right, there's gonna be a link in the description. You can check it out, and I'll see you inside the program. But if you're still here and you're watching till the end, I really do want to help you. So, you know, hit that link in the description, right? Hop on a call with me. We'll discuss your problems and we'll see if you're a good fit. But besides that, I hope you guys enjoyed. Hit that like button and subscribe. It really helps, right? And as always, I'm rooting for you, I'm praying for you, and I'll see you guys in the next one.